And so
Yep.
if people could do that, get back into nature, get back into the woods, get back into, like, my tones. Animals love my tones. And it's a frequency that they can resonate with.
Yes. I also want to clarify one other term that I think is most appropriate in this particular angle, and that is holistic medicine. And holistic medicine has been around for a very, very long time. And the reason it's broken into the term holistic, it means whole being, okay? And,
Right.
Eastern medicine has always addressed not only the physical person, but also the spiritual person. So if you break down the word disease into two counterparts, it is dis-ease, meaning that there is a problem or there is a malalignment or misalignment between your spiritual self and your physical self or conscious self. So therefore, because of this misalignment, if it's not addressed and corrected right away, it later on in life can actually manifest into physical diseases. And of course, so
that's why I call
myself,
and that's another term that I use for myself, the medic intuitive, which is also Richard is. We can scan where the energies are, where the blocks are, and help release that energy so that the body feels more at peace, which is what the healing is, and aligned.
Okay, well, let's back up just a second here, Marci, because we're getting kind of ahead of ourselves, okay?
I'm trying to keep it simple.
When you start talking energy fields, of course, our listeners will kindly identify with the chakra system or the 7 main chakras that are in the body or energy centers. And each one of these radiates at a certain vibration, a certain frequency, in a certain direction, and they also have a color that's associated with them. And, of course, this has been a Chinese system of accepted medicine for a very, very long time, as well as a number of other Ayurvedic schools and a number of other Vedic scriptures and so on and so forth that teach all of these chakra systems in India and so forth, and their energy fields that reside in the body. So these energy fields, in a turn, actually produce what we call the aura or the electrical field that is generated directly around the body and can be projected out from the body as close in as maybe a few inches or as far out as 500 or 600 feet, depending on the mood that the person is in. So in other words, you see, your emotions also transcribe into frequency and also vibration. So therefore, when you're happy and you're really ecstatic and overjoyed about something, you are producing a vibration that is sending this joy out that is greeted by the auric fields of all of those around you. So if they happen to be having a down moment and your positive, joyful energy hits them, all of a sudden you're going to brighten their day without so much as even knowing them or even being directly necessarily in their same environment. So, yes, the basic bottom line is everything is vibration and everything is frequency. And we have been knowing this for a very, very, very long time, and it has been hidden away as a science called the magical arts. It has also been hidden and taught in many mystery schools and so forth for a very long time. And this brings the conversation more or less full circle, in a matter of speaking, in regards to the fact that, we are all bioelectrical magnetic personalities that are harbored or housed within a physical being, okay? And that's what we're dealing with in the 3D world. So naturally, if your chakras are out of alignment, if your chakras are blocked, if your auric field is misaligned, or any of these energetic distortions, which Marci was just referring to, then naturally these blockages and these clearings need to transpire so that in turn you will have a better sense of well-being and groundedness within your own self, both emotionally, mentally, spiritually. Go ahead.
And I'm trying to keep this metaphysically, even though my brain is spinning. When we're in fear, our body contracts, which eventually, like we say, we're okay. You just suppress it. So that's where the layers happen. When we have love or energy of non-fear, which is our body expands. So again, that's where the body, the chakras, the energy, the water. It's like like a planting a seed and being underground and dying unless we nurture on mentally, physically, emotionally, psychologically. Our body needs to acknowledge all those levels to heal and acknowledge and release.
Certainly.
I know I'm going off. I'm trying to keep it as simple as possible.
Well, again, it's those that are listening are already tuned in, and a lot of them are, if they're not tuned in, a lot of times they listen to a conversation and they have a whole aha moments or moments of instant enlightenment or instant awareness, or all of a sudden something connects within them and says, oh, that's what I've been thinking about, and didn't have the words to connect the dots.
It will resonate towards you. Whatever we're talking about, which resonates into you, that's something that your body is acknowledging. Truth, people know the truth as to, like, your body will start getting chills. It will start getting expansion. It'll start getting dizzy. That's more oxygen or anaerobic going to your body. So it's just a matter of what you feel is right for you, or listening to your intuition, which is what we're trying to get people to do. That muscle, acknowledging.
True that.
I know we only have a few minutes left.
Well, of course, you see, an hour and 11 minutes is nothing in comparison to conversation
I know.
time.
That's why I know. That's why I love doing radio. And teaching.
So anyway, I guess
talking.
Sort of on a closing theme, you could say that yes, we are all vibrations, we are all frequencies, we are all made of sound wave megahertz, and there are megahertz such as the I can't think of the word now, but anyway, I'm sure you all know what I'm talking about because they've been around for a lot. Different frequencies and different hertz that you can listen to in headphones and so forth, and they will change your mood, or they will change your insides, they will change your spirit. They can, change all kinds of different things about you and put you in a more harmonious state of being. And of course, this is what Marci's doing with her tones. Yes, musical notes as well. Music, of course, is basically the anthem in regards to, being stirred emotionally, or even going back in time sometimes. The song will put you in a different place. And, of course, they can make you feel happy or sad. And oftentimes the lyrics that basically put you in those various spaces. And, I mean, there's...
And also,
go ahead.
It's like, well, we're doing a complete circle with a motto with sound and music. And if there's like negative, it's like the negative music change around the 60s or the 70s, where it changed the vibrational frequency. But if it's a negative sound, the water will make disruptive images that he highly magnified in his photos. Where it's love and energy, then they will be like snowflakes. So everything it has proof as to vibration, energy, healing, sound, frequencies.
So anyway, the three terms we want you to become familiar with: alternative medicine, meaning medicine outside the norm that is recognized by standard medical practice, such as herbal medicine, tinctures, solutions, health drinks, juices. All of these kind of things are falling within the health and nutrition industry. And then, of course, you have holistic medicine, which is in basically the healing of the entire person. In other words, it sees the problem as being spiritual, that is reflected in the physical body, and rather than just going to the treatment of the symptoms of the physical body, it tries to enamor itself under the core of the essence of that person, and therefore derive a cure to the dis-ease in spirit, which is manifesting itself in the body. And then you have integrative medicine, and integrative medicine is a combination of not only a holistic view, but as well as the health industry in regards to all of the various supplements and vitamins that our bodies need and thrive on energetically to make a person a more well-balanced and harmonious individual with all of the various vitamin supplements and everything else of that nature, and eating well and eating a balanced diet and all that kind of good stuff. So
yes, we take care of that even in cancer. When I was with my daughter at Moffitt Cancer Center, some of the nurses were telling me how they were following grants with integrative medicine. But folks, we're not really allowed in radio land, and due to all the ways they're changing up our free speech to really recommend things in a way that you can ingest by mouth. So we just choose not to, because that's the line that we used to have with chiropractors touching people, and it used to be considered quackery too. So, in the future, this water and the fractals and the sounds and vibrations probably will be a science and not a pseudoscience. But for right now, it's metaphysics, and we're happy to have two metaphysicians join us on this radio station, Richard T. Knight and Marci Kosich. And hopefully they'll return next Wednesday. And Marci, I know you work in healthcare providing, and in our Ascension Center group, we have care providers we help, and my daughter.
I work with mentally challenged people, but I've also done hospice. But what I figured, what I was telling Richard, is I work till 2:30 my time, which is 5:30 your time, and usually about the time that you want me to come on is about 2:30 anyway. I can always just plug in once I get off of work, go over to a parking lot, and then just dial in and start doing it, So, anytime you guys want me on, I'm more than welcome. I love to teach. I love to empower. I love to learn. That's why I've constantly read for the last 40 years. It's like different avenues on different things, like Emoto is a good example of that, So anytime you guys want me on, I'll try to work around as much as possible.
Well, you are an author, so we invite you to our Authors Club online. And folks, if you join our Patreon, you can go and look at different things we can offer you, including for authors, if we need to put your book up there and help mention it. We don't mind mentioning books online because we are authors, and that's how I started my group in events. So if you have events out there that are going to start meeting, even if you have to put your people 6 feet apart and wear masks, we're going to honor all of that, all things allowed by law. Thank you so much for listening to us, and thank you folks that didn't want to talk but are just listening, so they're just quiet, But let me try this person one more time. 708 in Chicago, are you just tuning us in on your radio station or calling in on Skype, or did you want to say anything? Okay, Chicago and Vegas are very good at plugging us into their shows when they need filler time or whatever. We've got metaphysics or spirituality. But, folks, I've been out there for years and years, so a lot of people plug me in because I'm open source syndication on iHeart, Spotify, and Stitcher. And I never know if some of these people wanted to participate. So in the future, if you'd like to participate in our shows, go to patreon.com/Theresa J. Morris. And right now I'm paying the bills, but we're looking to get members in to help us do more shows with Blog Talk Radio and going out all over the world. And I've learned that we're doing a pretty good job at holding. Now, tomorrow night is the one Thursdays, and on Thursdays we'll do readings, and that's our most popular shows. It's like a Dear Abby show for people that want to learn, and some people just love to listen to other people and what their stories are. So if you'd like to, we do it, and we invite you all. Thursday, I've got to build the show, so we can't pre-post. But now that I know I've got help, Marci, I'd like to invite you back on Thursdays as well to see how you do.
Oh, of course.
And, folks, if you want to be, just like I said, go look at our Patreon and see how you can become a member. Our volunteer clergy on Sundays with Richard and I, and I've got a whole lot of people out there tuned in to us that I haven't heard from in a long time, or they know that they are a part of ACO Club. So we do have a free social media open source intelligence level in Facebook. It's Richard T. Knight. Richard, give them your Facebook name. I don't know if it's Rich or I just know you're a friend of mine. So give them your Facebook location. And Marci, you too. Richard?